Okay, the day after, had the fiberglass or the carbon fiber in here, fiberglassed in, resined in, and I just sanded it all down, all the rough edges, all the rough sharps around the whole thing, vacuumed it all out twice. Now I just washed it, washed all the dust out of there, and I got some leftover carbon fiber resin. I'm going to pour it over the whole thing, over the center part, coat all that one more time. Should have enough to do one good coat on there. And then what I noticed, where that big crack is on the side over there, there's the big crack. When I was standing on that side, I just noticed this. But that's where it got hit. The lady said that she thinks her husband hit it with his tractor. You can see right here it's bent. So I gotta bend that back out, and that'll pop this thing back out into shape here. And then I gotta start the patch on the outside. But the next step is to pour the resin in there. That's it for now. Got the head off, and got all the rockers off and all the push rods off. And, you know, as you take things apart, you look for damage and all that. And I'm looking, this is cylinder 2, 4, 6, 8. And I'm looking at these two push rods. Well, this one's bent right there. You can see the bend in that one. So that's a good sign. Because I didn't see that when I took that apart. But I noticed more carbon on it than the other push rods. Those two push rods had more carbon on them. And then I pulled the head off. This is now S head, generation 4, 2012, 327. I'm looking at the combustion chambers. He said he had no compression on this cylinder here. And I'm kind of looking at it, you know, it looks like it's all sealed pretty good. You can see these are nice and tight, nice and tight. And that one might be a little bit open there. Probably is. But I was looking for more damage. I thought there'd be something more obvious. Like, I've seen a lot of bent valves in my life, and usually it's pretty obvious. But here, I just rotated the engine up to top dead center number 8, and I sprayed carb cleaner on it all. And there it is, right there. That's where the valve hit, the intake valve. It's usually the intake valve because it's the biggest valve. It's largest, so it hit there. So it did bend the valve. Didn't do hardly any damage to this at all. That's all right. I'll clean everything up, decarbonize it all. And look at the chunks of carbon coming out of there. I'll decarbonize it. And might check it. I'd love to replace these 4 lifters right here, the cylinders 2 and 6 that are the yeah, this is one here, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 2 and 6 are the ones that drop down to 4 cylinders. The what do they call AFMs, active fuel management ones, and they're the ones that screw up. And nice to put a new set in right now, but that's a lot of money. I'm gonna get it running, and then I'm going to there's a way to disengage the AMF, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. There's a couple different things you can do. I think I'm just going to buy the AMF deleter that plugs into your USB ports, about $107. Simple, quick, easy, done. And but there's a couple other things you can do. You can unplug this booster right there, and that'll do it. And you can also run it in manual mode in the transmission, and it won't drop to 4 cylinders. So okay, that's done. I'm going to cover this up and work on the head. Okay, got the second layer, or third layer actually, of epoxy on there. I just kind of poured everything I had left over right down the center, and then just spread it out over the wings, all the little braces, and then I kind of give a coating on the whole inside at the bottom there a little bit. And I'm going to paint the whole inside anyways, probably like a marine white or something like that. Once I get all the cracks and holes filled in. I got that side straightened out there pretty good. I still got to do a little bit more where it was bent right in here. Still got a little bit of a buckle in it. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, so I might take this out, drill the rivets out, and then straighten this out and then put that back in. But yeah, all the resin's kind of flowing into the center on either side of this thing to make that one solid piece. I think that's going to work really good. Gonna try it out once we get her done. And I got some foam. This foam here is the same kind of foam that was on there, except the stuff that originally comes on these seats is only 1/4 inch thick, and this here is 1 inch. So I'm gonna put some of this on there, wrap it on there. Okay, that's it for now. Back on the truck. Got the head over here. Gonna pull the valve out, make sure the guide's good. And probably going to pull all the valves out and put all new valve seals in. I might do both heads. We'll see. I'm this far deep into it. Why not do it now, right? And I really should be doing the lifters. If I could find a deal on those lifters. It's a lot of money, those lifters. Just ridiculous price. Okay, that's it for now. Little update on the Chevy Avalanche. I got both heads pulled off, and number 8 had a bent valve, I suspected. I got the new timing chain and tensioner on. The oil pump's back in. I just don't have that bolt back in the bottom because Mellon makes an adapter so you can bolt it from the other side, so that's what I'm waiting for. Should be in today. And I got to shim that pump too. I didn't align it when I put it in, so that's just on there temporary. I got the timing all back in. I pulled all these lifters out because I had one rocker with some wear and one push rod with some wear, and I think it was this one right, 1, 2, 3, 4, this one right here. But I looked at the and that's not the AFM cylinder either. It's, or is it? One is, 4 and 6 is, and 7 is. So 1. So 7 is that one there. 7, 8. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So this one here is the AMF cylinder, but it was this lifter here, the push rod, that was worn, and the rocker was worn. So I got new. And this is the side of the head that burns oil on all the Chevy 5.3s, and then they update the valve cover because it starts sumping oil, spraying oil into the PVC valve, and then you get smoking, burns, high consumption. So you change the valve cover, and that helps eliminate it for a while, or some of it. I did that on my other Avalanche, and I haven't had any issues. And then I've already got the 2 valve covers done here, and that's the oil side. That's the left-hand side. So this is the side here with the updated valve cover. And I noticed as soon as I pulled the valve covers off, the carbon on the rockers, like, this isn't bad at all. This is clean. This side, the springs, the rockers, they were just coated in a crust oil, just noticeably different, because this is the side that's, you know, has the problem with the oil consumption. So I put and it may have been like that before the guy updated the cover. The guy did tell me this is the updated cover, and it is. It's got the square hole here and the little weeping hole at the end. And then I've seen a few videos where they're still having problems, so they're drilling a couple holes in here so when the oil mists in, it can drip out the bottom. Because what's happened, the oil's building up in here, and then it's getting sucked into the built-in PVC valve right down there at the end. So I put a few more weeping holes in there. I cleaned those all up. So these are the rockers off of the left-hand, the passenger side of the engine, and they're not too bad. You can still see a little bit of shiny metal. The other ones were complete carbon, and I soaked them in my carb cleaner overnight. I soaked in my carb. This is the driver's side cylinder head. It's all new valve seals. All the valves are being cleaned off. The exhaust ones being relapped in. The intake ones were mint. Cleaned that head up really good in the Varsol bath. Scrubbed it, cleaned it, and then washed it in hot boiling water in this bucket right here. Hot boiling soapy water, and I'm just about to do it to the other cylinder. So these are how you can see how the valve springs are on this. Like everything's just really black and grody, and that's where all the rockers were. The rockers were like that too. These valve springs here, I just kind of sprayed them down, put them back on. You can see the difference in how clean they are compared to these ones. And then the rockers were just as bad as that. Well, I put the rockers in here overnight, and this is how they're coming out. Like, look at that. That looks like brand new ones. So now I'm going to do the other side. That came out amazing. So yeah, I'm going to wash those all off really good. And then I think I'm going to put the other ones in there. Like, that's unbelievable. Because it cleans out all the oil ports here, all the little orifices. And I should have put all the valve springs in there too. I think I'm going to put all these valve springs in there. These ones weren't as bad for sure. Not nearly as bad. But what a difference that makes. Wow. Okay, that's where I'm at today. Still waiting for parts, and I can't really put it together. I got a couple lifters coming in that I got real cheap on eBay that I think I'm going to put in there. And I'm thinking about putting the injectors in here too and decarbonizing them. Put all the injectors in there. Not the injectors, the lifters. All the lifters in there. I'm thinking about that. Anyways, that's where I'm at right now on this. And the Canoe, got the inside all done. I'm just starting to sand out all the big patches the guy had on here and exposing the big cracks. I got this side pretty much done. I'm going to sand down the other side. And I think I'm going to order more carbon fiber and just put patches of carbon fiber in. And epoxy. Could do fiberglass, I don't know, but I just trust the carbon fiber better. So that's where that's going to. I got lots going on. Okay, that's it for now. I'm gonna clean this cylinder head. I soaked these in there since I think I put them in around 4 or 5 p.m. yesterday, and it's now around 9:30 a.m. Saturday morning, and the valve springs were completely coated in like tar, carbon. Oh my God, I don't want to get this stuff splashed on me here. Try to find the first one. There's the first one. Look how clean that came out. That's unbelievable. I haven't had much luck getting the carburetor jets clean, but wow, does it ever take the carbon off. I should have done the other head. That's crazy. I'm going to soak the lifters in there, all the lifters and decarbon them. Varnish them. There's those rockers. Don't have very good light here. That light's burnt out. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I got a bucket of hot soapy water outside. I'm going to, once this stops dripping there, I'm going to go wash that. Those came out like new. Really, those things, you could swear they're brand new. It's unbelievable. I'm going to be doing that from now on. Okay, I'm gonna wash that. off. Look how clean those things came out. You see how black these push rods are? I'm sticking them in there too. I just keep doing that 4 or 5 times for a few minutes. I'll do it a little bit longer here. And those push rods, they were soaking in my Varsol bath for 3 days. Didn't do anything. I've got the, let's see, get this thing to work here. I got the cylinder sitting in here for the last day or so. Hopefully it just loosens it up and then I can clean it off. Should have my gloves on. I keep taking my gloves off, on, off, on. The number 7 cylinder was so carboned up. Is this 7? I can't tell from the bottom, but I'm actually going to order a new exhaust valve. It was just baked right into it. Yeah, I think that's, no, this is 7 here. Just let that soak. I just pulled the stuff out of the tank. And these are the two brand new push rods that I bought. The one's actually got a little bit of surface rust on it. And these are the push rods that I pulled out of the tank after sitting there for 24 hours. They're like brand new. It's unbelievable. And there's the lifters. And they've been there 24 hours. So I'm going to wash them all in hot soapy water and then give them a coat of oil. These I'm going to soak in oil. I'll get a little bath of oil and just leave them in there until I get the other lifters done. And then this engine's ready to go back together. That's it for now. Then I gotta do these ones. These ones next, but I'm soaking the trays in there as well too. We'll see what happens to the trays. Maybe it'll eat the trays right up. I don't know. If it does, I'll buy new trays. But yeah, what a difference! Like, it's unbelievable. These trays aren't that bad at all. The other ones were just caked in carbon. So it's good I'm cleaning it all up, because you don't want any of those carbon pieces plugging up the lifters. Okay, let me get these all washed up, put away, and oiled up. This is the little brace that holds the oil pickup tube on in the LS 5.3 liters. The oil pump itself has two holes in it on either side, and it's mounted on an angle. The lower bolt is below the oil pan cover, so it's really hard to get it out without dropping the oil pan. It's almost impossible, but you can get it out. I got mine out. You have to fiddle with it for like 20 minutes, and then you finally get it out. But you got to be careful you don't drop the bolt down into the oil pan. But there's another hole on the other side of the oil pickup tube and the oil pump that's not being used. So they make this adapter there's a flange on the one side, and then the side that's not being used, there is no flange. So you have to have this little step in there to compensate where that flange is. And then this pulls it in. This is an Allen screw, so you can get a little Allen wrench in there. I had to saw mine down to tighten up that tube and reef on it really tight. Can't get a torque wrench on it. And then you can reseal the top of the oil pan on the 5.3 liters and put the timing cover back on. So that's what I did there. And I ordered the exhaust valve, and that came in today, and that was the wrong one. I called about that exhaust valve a week or so ago, and I knew it was $15 or $16. And then when I called the other day, I had a kid on the phone from AutoZone, and I told him the make, model, you know, the engine, 5.3 liter, and he goes, "What part do you need?" I go, "The exhaust valve." And he said, "Can you be more specific? Like, what's the real part that you need?" I laughed. I said, "I don't think there's another name for it. It's just called the exhaust valve. It's part of the cylinder head, under the valve springs, the valve seal." He had no idea. I knew right there I was in trouble. And I go, "It's called the exhaust valve. There's an intake valve, exhaust valve." "Oh, okay." So I don't know if he looked up the wrong engine or what, but he sent me the valve. It's the right dimensions, but has the wrong keeper on it. It doesn't have the dished out valve at the top. It's a flat top, so it's going to give you a different compression and everything. Plus the keeper's not going to fit, and it won't fit into the valve spring holder retainer. So, and it was only $6. I said, "I don't think you got the right one, because it's supposed to be about $15, $16 for the right one." He goes, "No, it says right here, they're $6.49 each." So I knew it was wrong. Anyways, I went over there tonight to pick it up, and I just kind of looked. It's in a plastic bag inside of a box. I just kind of looked at the plastic bag. Yeah, that's about the right size, because I was thinking he was going to give me too short a one or too long a one. That's about, and I'm going to get it home, and I open it up out of the bag, plastic bag. I knew right away it was the wrong one. So I called them, and the girl looked it all up again. I gave her the part number on my box, and she said, "Well, that's not the part number it's supposed to be." So she ordered me another one. It'll be in. Usually when you order something from AutoZone, it's there the next morning. And tomorrow's Monday, but I won't be able to get over there till Tuesday probably. So that's where I'm at with the Avalanche and the Canoe, and I just got back from Toronto, and I just can't believe how that carb cleaner chemical, and you can buy that at AutoZone as well too. I think it's around 40 bucks, 36, 40 bucks. And I just put those the valve, or the lifter holding blocks, those plastic blocks. I just shoved them 2 in there for 20 minutes, and I pulled them out, and they're already clean. So I flipped them upside down to do the other end of them because they don't quite all the way fit in there. And so I'm gonna have those cleaned up tonight, and then I'm gonna soak the other lifters in there overnight, 24 hours. And that'll decarbon all the stuff, all the carbon inside those lifters, everything, open up those ports a little bit more. And then right away I wash them off hot soapy water and blow them off as clean as I can, get the water out of them. And then I just put them right directly into oil, into motor oil. I'm gonna let them soak in there for, they're probably in there for 3 or 4 days before I put this engine back together. That's it for tonight. Thanks for watching.